Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And this is the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. Now, Star Wars is starting to die down, and the big shocker for me is that it was taken out by Ride Along 2.
I'm actually shocked that this happened because I was predicting that Star Wars would ride #1 all the way to when Deadpool got. We're basically a couple weeks away from Deadpool.
Yep.
So I was looking pretty good, and then you guys let me down with a ride. Who went to go see Ride Along 2?
About $41 million worth of people.
Did y'all not see the first Ride Along? And I'm sorry, this is not a Ride Along show, but did y'all not see the first Ride Along? Tell me. Well,
watch Ride Along twice. That's Ride Along 2.
There you go. But, you know, it still kept #2, right? So,
no, it was actually
number 3.
It was number 3. Number 2 was actually, oh, goodness.
Oh, no, it was The Revenant.
The Revenant was number 2. And thanks to the Oscar buzz there.
Yeah.
So,
China, you let me down.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that right now. Now, it did manage, I mean, it is destroying the Avatar domestic numbers. It is at now $858 million. It is currently at $1.8 billion worldwide, which after its theatrical run, it's more than likely going to catch Titanic. Mm-hmm. It'll sink the Titanic. The Titanic will sink again to Star Wars, but it's going to take some serious money to beat Avatar. I do not see it happening. It's not doing it.
It'll solidify itself as a #2, and nobody will ever beat Avatar. It's just never ever going to be done. Ever.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It's pretty crazy, and a lot of it is because of China. I just can't believe that China. People did not like episode 7. It had very poor word of mouth on it, and opened at 51 this past weekend. I believe it was like a 72% decline, if I remember right, from that first weekend to like when the week started, I guess, over there. I don't know.
They should have had Michael Bay direct, because we know Michael Bay panders to China, and it was like he'll have the Transformers go to China, so he should have took Star Wars to China, and then it would have been great over there. It would have made $1 billion in China like Transformers did. And that's what they wanted to see. And
you're absolutely right. That's exactly what happened with Age of Extinction. It did okay here, and then once it got to China, it just completely blew up. So, hopefully,
crappy here. It blew up in China.
Yeah, but look at Terminator Genesis. I mean, same thing. Yeah. Anyway, that's another topic for another show. Watch the goods.
That's a Star Wars stuff.
So, episode 8 is on its way. Script's already pretty much done, but production has been pushed back to February of this year because they want to do some rewrites on the script.
Do you think it'll give them enough time to get it out to make their window? Like I said, they're trying to do a Star Wars film every year. With this delay, cause them to push it into the next year.
Well, this one, given that there have been some principal photography already done,
the principal photography. I mean,
well, not principal photography, but like they've actually done some shots. They've actually shot a little bit more on that island where Luke was. So
I'm actually guessing that they didn't use the footage that they actually shot for episode 7. They still have that footage because
probably, you never know.
Said they didn't reserve an island for him to do a turnaround like. Oh, they didn't reserve an island for that. He shot some film on there that they didn't use, and I think that's what they're going to end up using for episode 8.
Well, they actually want to do some rewrites to focus a little bit more on the episode 7 characters, like Poe, like Rey, and Finn.
Okay.
So they're
Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma. yes, that's exactly right. And they want to do a little bit more focus on them, so that's why they wanted to push back. I guess maybe the focus was going towards Luke, Leia. Who knows? I don't know. But they do want to do that, and they also are looking to cast. And this is funny. They're looking to cast an Asian actress to possibly influence. I mean, it could be potential. I don't know if that's the reason why, but to maybe broaden the appeal
China
for the
we
Asian,
got you now. We got you, China. We're gonna blow up in China. Episode 8 breaks Avatar's record. You're calling it right now.
Episode 8 with Lando. You bring Lando too?
We have this is gonna be the Rainbow Coalition of Star Wars. We're gonna have everybody represented in every nation. Africa is gonna blow up, and Japan is gonna blow up.
So that's a possibility. That's why they're trying to broaden that Asian market. They appeal to the Asian market, and given of the performance that Episode 7 is doing, that's a last minute stretch, I guess, to a last minute push, I should say, to get somebody in there for that.
It's a little hokey if that's what they're gonna do for it. I just hope whoever it is, she's integral to the plot, and it's not just because we want to make sure that
that's the only reason. I mean, that's just ridiculous if that's the reason, because it's that's kind of reaching a little bit if you think about it.
No, it very much is. It's like, well, I just talked about Michael Bay pandering, and that would be Star Wars pandering.
What do you think it was about Episode 7? Now, you've seen it multiple times, obviously.
Yeah.
So what do you think it was about Episode 7 that did not appeal to the Asian market?
I'm not even aware that they were big Star Wars fans from the original trilogy, to be honest. But I guess if we look at what we got in Episode 7 and what has done really well over in the China market or in the Chinese market, I don't think it had enough of the really intense action scenes. Transformers is like this crazy blitz of action that's going on with the Transformers. Fast and Furious is kind of really over the top, and Star Wars had a lot of great action scenes, but there wasn't really a lot of it. There was a lot of fast pacing of them going through things, but there wasn't a lot of, I can say outright, like, this is a spectacle type scene. So maybe that's what it was.
I don't know, but hopefully
there wasn't enough robots in it.
Hopefully they maybe they do. Maybe they throw in some a little bit more action in Episode 8 that actually appeals to them, and they make it the blockbuster that we really wanted Episode 7 to be, which it was. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Episode 7 is freaking amazing, and it's breaking records regardless. I guess maybe we just wanted to be Avatar. We just wanted Star Wars to be number one of all time.
Number one. We're all big Star Wars fans, and we want to have something with feather in our cap that we can say, we have the number one movie of all time.
Exactly.
And now it's still Avatar.
So
get your blue Halloween costumes back out.
So Rogue One is coming out December 2016.
Okay.
And there is a lot of different talk about what exactly it is about. Now, as far as we know, it is about them stealing the Death Star plans.
Right.
The rebels
still doing that.
Death Star plans, and now it is confirmed that the Darth Vader is going to be in the movie,
right.
And it's going to be a pretty decent sized role.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the time that we're doing this movie, Darth Vader is a big presence in the galaxy. He, more or less with the time frame that we're doing, probably still hunting down the remnants of the Jedi.
Right.
Obviously still carrying out Palpatine's, his orders as far as crushing the rebellion. So, we're going to see him. It's like, if there's going to be any type of opposition for the rebellion, it's going to be Vader.
Right. Do you think that Palpatine has to come back too? Do you think Ian McDiarmid has to come back?
If they mention Vader,
I seeing him.
If it'll be a small role, it'll be like, we let you know that he's still there. He's in the background. Probably another hologram. That's. We had Snoke as a hologram. Why not? Let's hologram Palpatine. It's not something we're not used to. But I don't think it'll be a cameo. You know, I don't think they'll show us in the trailer. It'll just be like, oh, hey, Palpatine's right there.
Right,
he's talking to somebody. Vader's getting an order to go, you know, hey, order 67. Go.
Your order's ready.
Go wipe out this rebellion, you know, base or something like that. Go do that. So, I mean, Palpatine's never really been, until the prequels, he was never really a big figure. And I mean, his most screen time was really in Jedi.
Yeah. And in episode 5, it was actually the side of his face.
Yeah.
And then they did a special edition and they actually put Palpatine from episode 3 in that makeup. They put him in there. That was pretty cool for continuity purposes, but
I mean, most of this movie is going to be, as much as they were talking about, like, this is going to be, you know, a Jedi-less film. I mean, we're still going to get Vader, and we're still going to get, we'll get things that remind us of the films that we had before. We're going to get young Han.
What about Tarkin?
It's rumored for that. What's the actor that's going to be playing him? It's rumored that he will be playing a young Tarkin, which I'm actually really, really interested to see. And I think we'll see Tarkin and Vader more than we'll actually see anything that has to do with Palpatine. If Palpatine's mentioned, he'll be a hologram. He'll be on the monitor screen or something like that, chilling in his little throne room, and we'll see more of that conflict between Tarkin and Vader, because I don't think they had the best of friendship, but I think Vader respected Tarkin enough to where he knew to listen to him.
It was much like Kylo Ren and General Hux.
Except they're a little even. It was like they don't feel like they have to listen to each other. To had to listen to Tarkin.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's gonna be awesome. Now, this is the first spinoff from Star Wars that they're going to put out. Now, like you said, young Han will make a cameo on here, because that's going to actually, you know, segue into his cameo. I mean, into his spinoff. Mm-hmm. And in the Han spinoff, I think Boba Fett will make one to segue into his spinoff, and it's gonna it's gonna go like that.
I was when they first announced, or like the rumors were out there that there was gonna be a Boba Fett movie, I was really, really on board with it. Nah, I'm not. No? Because I like the mystery of Boba Fett, and I don't think they need to do... We already explained Boba Fett enough in the prequels. Again, nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. So I think we just go and keep him a mystery, and if they want to do Boba Fett, don't explain Boba Fett. If you cameo Han now, we get an actual Han anthology film, and it was like, make him, you know, the antagonist for that film, and then he's just chasing Han. Right. He's trying to fulfill his contract, and that contract carries over into our original prequel where he's still looking for him. I would like that better, or because there's no other reason for them to not like each other, and it was like that Boba Fett's after a contract.
Maybe they knew each other, like maybe they were buddies.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give him any other reason besides a contract, and Han is still in his, you know, ways of smuggling and stuff like that, and you know Boba Fett picked up his contract. Show us Boba Fett picking up his contract. Yeah, I can get this guy.
Well,
with a Boba Fett voice.
It would have to be Jabba would definitely have to make some kind of appearance.
Jabba would have to make
absolutely. That he's a big part of that. About
CGI Jabba. Here we go again. Ready for it.
They did it in a special edition.
Absolutely ready for CGI Jabba. I don't want to hear not one complaint.
So now that Darth Vader is going to come back, what they're trying to do though, because it's takes place before A New Hope, they're trying to really make it authentic as far as the suit. So it really actually does look a little bit more like the suit from Episode 4, and not kind of skinny the way he was with Hayden Christensen. Whether or not Hayden comes back, which he should.
Yeah, he should.
Don't hate him. And I really think he should come back to do it. It is confirmed that James Earl Jones will in fact be back as the voice. And as long as you have James Earl Jones voicing Darth Vader,
I'm excited.
I'm there. Ticket is already paid for.
So basically Hayden's just a stunt double.
Pretty much.
Maybe they'll have him take off his mask more often. I mean, because it's gonna be Hayden under there, and they got to show you Hayden. So
no, because then we're gonna get into the whole the star's bigger than the character, and I just don't believe that Darth Vader.
So basically, once he locked it on, that was it. Vader just took it off that one time when he walked in, and
he takes it off to eat. Actually.
Yeah, so there you go. We'll see Hayden eat with his burnt up face and his scarred head. We'll get to see that. I'm okay with that. I want to see that, because you have to remind us too. Because everybody's ready to dismiss Hayden from the whole saga. he's a part of it, and I think if they show us him in the helmet, then we'll more accepting of it. It's like, okay, there's no way we can get around it. We have to accept Jar Jar. We can accept Hayden. Come on. And
well, they didn't accept Jar Jar because his dialogue completely...
We don't know if he ain't gonna be... He can be in episode 9.
Oh, that's right, because he's actually Darth Plagueis. My fault. That's my fault. I forgot. No, not even Darth Plagueis. He's actually the Sith Lord. You're right. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, you know, the next award ceremony they do that's Wookiee-less, we might see Jar Jar.
So there is the, there's Rogue One is going to be the first. Then it's the Han Solo. Then it's the Boba Fett. What character would you like to see a spin-off, or just anything in general? What's the next spin-off that you would do, or what would be in the plans?
Ooh, man, that's a hard question. I see the next character that we can't do bounty hunters because, like I said, it's too limiting, and we have to give too much backstory, and then they're not interesting. So I guess maybe.
What about Ben? What about Kenobi? In those 20 years that he was away from...
I thought we were already going to see that.
No, but like, what happened in those 20 years while Luke was on Tatooine? What happened in that time?
Oh, according to the fan theories, he...
Oh, that's right. He got Mara Jade.
Yeah, he knocked up some shit. And then he had Rey. That's what happened in those 20 years. But, no, that's a great one. I thought that was maybe it's just a rumor, but I thought it was maybe announced already, but I guess it's a rumor. But Obi-Wan's a great one. Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, you know...
Now, Darth Maul, that would be an awesome.
I mean, because make Darth Maul the true villain of a movie. I mean, Phantom Menace, he was a villain, but who do you get? Like 5 minutes of screen time. And it's like, give him a whole movie, him versus Obi-Wan. Give us some metal legs.
No, I hated that.
But he cut his legs off. What are you gonna do? You got his in Clone Wars, which is part of canon. He has metal legs, so give him the metal legs.
But the metal legs that kind of similar to what they gave Anakin, not the metal legs.
Why does he have in Clone Wars? Why does he still have metal legs in Clone Wars? So you can say this, you gonna put this after Clone Wars?
Whatever. You said it. I mean, it's a well, I guess it's a prequel spin-off.
I guess in the 20 years when he's exiled. Maybe he got some pants to go over the metal legs.
Pay my ride.
So that way it doesn't look as weird, you know. But either way, I want to see him back. I want to see him versus.
That's a great idea. I love that idea.
I think that they shorted that. That should have been carried on into episode 2 to give it its own anthology film. I think would be great, and it would give us some reason to say, okay, he wasn't just chilling out on Tatooine.
Would you put Savage Opress in it?
No.
You wouldn't put his brother in it?
No.
Because isn't he the one that brings him back in the first place?
It takes. I mean, put him in the background or something like that. It takes away from all. That's why in Clone Wars I think it took away from all in Clone Wars, and I was like, I don't understand why they brought his brother.
I would have thought. I mean,
now, if they would have brought in his brother, it was like, oh, you killed Maul. I'm here to avenge my brother that you guys killed.
Yeah,
but to have them together,
I think it would be good to see them on screen at least once.
Even though I think Savage Opress is a dumb name. It was like they were trying to think of that
too, but
they were trying to think of
awesome.
They were trying to think of like the most aggressive words that we can get.
Savage
and Oppress. And yeah. Okay, so Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. I think that would be great.
I agree 100% with you. Yeah. So over the weekend there was a Saturday Night Live that was absolutely hilarious. Adam Driver he's got some great comedic range, and he surprised me a lot. I think he's awesome. He plays Kylo Ren going undercover in the Starkiller base. As Matt. And if you have not seen it, you need to go and YouTube it, because that is one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time, and it was hilarious. Now here's the funny part, and I agree. I would do it. Why not? I think it would be fun and awesome. Star Wars universe wants to make that canon.
Are you serious? I did not know this. That's awesome.
They want to make it canon. I agree 110%. You just tell me where to sign, and I will co-sign on that, because that is awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah. There's your spin-off. There's your next anthology. Undercover boss. Starkiller Undercover Boss. Starkiller Base.
You don't think that does something to the character itself to say that, like, okay, that really happened?
Well, you got to remember he's young. I mean, he's like really young. You know, if they went that route, and
it's cool. I think it should be one of those things where like when the Legends book came out, when we were still under George Lucas, where he said, okay, these there was certain levels of canon. It was like, yeah, okay, cool, these are cool books and they're out there, but these are like the official canon, and we still kind of, or like I said, we look at Legends, it's like they're cool stories, but they're not really official canon. I just kind of link it, but don't link it.
Pieces out and then put it into the movie.
Link it, but don't link it, type deal. It's like, I think it's a cool story, but it was like, oh, you know, this whole thing where like he pretended to be one of us, and you know, but don't say that was specifically an event that happened.
Well, that's I'm all for it. The only thing is that I don't see how it can be. You know, it actually happens. It actually happens after he kills Han Solo, because he said that I killed my dad. You know, whatever. So
that'd be canon afterwards.
So I don't know
on the new base, because it can't
watch
be
it anyway.
Killer.
It is absolutely.
You know, it's totally out because it's on Starkiller base.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it can't be canon.
It's hilarious anyway.
Yeah,
you guys got to go watch that. So that's going to be all for us today. If you have any comments or any feedback, we appreciate all your comments, your feedback, and any other ideas that you'd like to put on the rule of 2. We're always looking for fresh ideas. Terrence, take us home.
Oh, as always, like, subscribe, comment. Let us know how we're doing. Make sure you give us thumbs ups if we're doing a good job on these videos. Thumb down if we're not. But if you're gonna give us a thumb down, make sure you tell us why and what you didn't like. Also, once again, subscribe. Let us know that you like what we're giving you and that you want to see more. And that way, you'll also be notified every time a video comes up. So I feel like I say this all the time, but that's all I got.
I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
See you next time.
All right.
May the force be with you.
Yeah.
Right. The Goods Rule of 2, Roll 1, Episode 3, Take 1.
Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And this is the Rule of 2.